Throughout my 16 years of living, there's this one word in the English dictionary that I find the hardest to say. It's not the scientific terms you'll find in your science textbooks, nor the advanced vocabularies you learn for a spelling bee competition. In my opinion, the hardest word to say is the word sorry. A word that consists of only 5 letters, yet it feels so difficult just to say it out loud. And when I look around at my surroundings, I realize that I'm not the only one facing this problem. We're living in a world where pride stands taller than humility. A world where the word sorry is seen as a sign of weakness and defeat. A world where conflicts and arguments happened for days and ended up unresolved just because no one wanted to say sorry. And then I wondered, is this really the world that we want to live in? Ever since I can remember, I have always believed that saying sorry is a hard thing to do. So whenever I face a problem, there are 2 things that I will usually do. I will either complain and try to argue back, or I'll stay silent. These 2 actions were like my superpowers. They protected me from being blamed and from feeling small. And thus, this ended up being my way of life. Then one day, when I was in grade 9, my English teacher asked the entire class to make groups of 3. Without hesitation, I directly chose 2 of my best friends. But then suddenly, another friend of mine wanted to take one of them into his group. And of course, I didn't let that slide. So we argued. At first, it was something small, just words being exchanged between classmates. But as time passes, it turned into something bigger. We avoided each other, walking past one another as if we're strangers. I gave him the silent treatment, thinking that being silent will protect my pride. But deep down, I didn't want it to be like this. I didn't want to become enemies just because of a small matter. I missed the laughter and the friendship that once felt unbreakable. So, I took a leap of faith. I swallowed all my pride, gathered the courage, confronted him, and say, sorry. I am sorry for making a small problem turned into a fight. Then, he looked at me for a second, smiled, and said, it's okay. And just like that, the tension disappeared. We talked, laughed, and somehow, it brought us even closer than before. So from that moment, I learned something valuable. I learned that saying sorry doesn't make you weak. Instead, it makes you brave enough to choose peace over pride. So ladies and gentlemen, how many times have we got into a never-ending fight just because we don't say sorry? Or how many times have bonds been broken just because no one wants to say sorry? This isn't the world that I want to live in. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite all of you to a better world in the next 20 years. But all you need to do is to always say sorry whenever you make a mistake. Say sorry to end fights. Say sorry for a peaceful life. Because saying sorry isn't a sign of weakness. Instead, it's a sign of you choosing peace over pride. So ladies and gentlemen, let's make a better world starting by saying sorry. I'm Alvaro, Richie. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.